Hi, welcome to today's video. It's about becoming a bronzed goddess in your bathroom. I think personally one of the most universally flattering looks is the look of being just a little bit sun-kissed with a little enhancement of some gold and bronze and a little shimmer on the face. It's such a healthy summer look, and I think it's something that a lot of us can wear, most of us in fact, because you can always modify according to your need. But being a bronzed goddess is such a huge trend this summer of 2018, and I am utilizing products that I already have in my bathroom. And if you've been following this channel and you've been liking the tutorials, maybe you have some of these products as well. So I don't want you to rush out and buy everything, because chances are you may have everything you need right at home. But this is about creating that healthy, fresh, natural glow where you look relaxed, you look refreshed, you look like you've been basking in the sun, but you could have been basking in self-tanner for all we know. So that's the key. Chances are we're a shade or two darker than we were during the winter months. And it happens just from being active, being outside. And again, a lot of us use self-tanners just like I do as well. So my skin from here on down is a little bit darker, as you can see, than my face. So what I need to do now, you use products that will take my face down to the tone of my chest so that I'm all one color. And from there, we bring out the warmth, the gold, the shimmer, the bam. So are you ready to do this? You ready to be a girl and play in your bathroom? All right, let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, and I've already washed and I've moisturized. I'm not going to use a primer because again, this isn't a very heavy set look. So I love IT Cosmetics, either the Bye Bye foundation or the CC cream. Gives you SPF 50, gives you some coverage, but this is a real dewy finish type of a product. And I'm not going to use a lot either. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to pump a little bit in my makeup brush and tap and start spreading. And again, this is about a light coverage. It's about having a little bit of a sheen that comes from being moisturized. Just like when you're out in the sun, you get that glisten and that glow. So that's what this product helps to create. And you can use any foundation that is moisturizing, not a heavy coverage. Again, we're not looking for full matte coverage here. We are just looking for something that gives us a real pretty glow. What I love about this is I can have a little bit of coverage, and I wear this and I go to the beach with this on. So I feel like I've got, you know, just a bit of a coverage where spots and things don't show, but I've got my SPF 50 and I feel really good about that. So I'm taking it, as you can see, and I'm bringing it down my neck because, like I said, I want this area to match what's going on down here. And chances are you're going to be whiter on your face and your neck than you are on your chest area. So very, very light, nothing doing, but as you can see, it already gave me some warmth to my skin and a real nice dewy finish. Okay, from here I am going to apply a little bit of an eyelid primer on my eye. This was a little sample that I got at Sephora. It is Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion Original. And a little dab will do ya. I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger. You may notice I still have my eyelash extensions on, although some of them have fallen off. So now I think it's a little bit more of a natural, realistic look. I'm kind of digging this better. So it's perfect. But again, it's nice having eyelash extensions in the summer because now I'm not going to have to worry about the eyeliner and the mascara phase. And when we get to that point, you can obviously do what you need to do to get fuller, darker lashes. I just did this for myself to save time, but see what I'm doing? I just have to hold them down so that I don't get the primer on the lashes, which will turn them a lighter color. All right, same for the other eye, just a little bit. And this will help to hold things in place. It boosts the color of your eyeshadow and it will prevent eyeshadow from moving. Now, what I've been known to do, I've mentioned this on some previous videos, and if you, usually women with oily skin have issues with makeup in the eye, eyeshadow, eyeliner, to start moving downward and to smudge and to smear. And I've been known to take some primer on a brush and we'll run it just underneath my lash line. As you see, I put it up on top, but if you run it just underneath your lash line, it helps to catch things, it helps to prevent things from moving down. So maybe that's a little tip and trick you can try to see if it will hold your makeup in place. But I just think eyelid primers are so important to keep things in place. So, all right, so that's done. Again, this is going to be a very natural look. I am just going to fill in the eyebrows a tiny bit with an Anastasia pencil in Carmel. And like I said, this is not much, just a little bit of a deepening on the bottom side. And I do it in hairline strokes so that it mimics the hair growth of the brow. Just sort of upward and outward. Just a little bit more depth. But again, we don't want to overdo the brow. We don't want those to stand out like they've been really heavily filled in or lined, because it's got to complement the rest of the look, which is a little bit more of a pared down, sun-kissed, beachy look. And this is such a great makeup look, by the way, if you are on vacation. I just think it really enhances a summer vacation look. That little bit of sun that we get just brings the skin to life. Okay, so that's done. All right, so this is going to come as no surprise to you, but the palette that I'm featuring is yet still Urban Decay Naked Heat. The reason for that is, you see in the middle, there's a combination of matte shades and also a combination of some shimmers. So I'm going to take some of those shimmers and they're going to go right here on the eyelid. And I've always mentioned that for us ladies, shimmers work best right here on the lid, on the flat part of the skin, and so that's where I'm going to concentrate a majority of it. And you can really take your pick. You know, there are some peachy shimmers, some peachy gold, orangey gold, pinky gold, so whatever you're feeling. But again, you can't go wrong with any of these. So I think the one I'm feeling today, since I'm just going to do more of a gold tone, is this one right here. And I'm just going, and I'll by the way, I'll list everything in the description box so you know exactly what I'm using. I'm just trying to save some time here for the video. Again, so I've got to take my finger and just press down on my lashes, and I'm applying this shimmer right here to my lid. Okay, and so that created a little bit of a peachy glow. For the outer corner, this is so old, I don't even know if they sell it anymore, but I've held on to it forever because I love it. What is that? Brownie batter? Hold on, looks like batter. Yes, that would make sense, brownie batter. And I think this is by MAC. It's from my girl, Jentry Kelly. Okay, so this is a brownish colored shimmer. And I'm going to use this on the outer corner of my eye, just a very little bit. I'll verify who this is from. Even with my glasses, I can't read it because it's got schmutz, it's got stuff all over the bottom. So I'm just going right here on the outer corner with this. And I'm tapping it in. Just a little bit of a brownish bronze to blend in with this peachy coppery tone I've got going on the top part. Same thing here on the outer side. Not a whole lot of shadow. Again, it's just very light. I've got a blending brush, and I'm just going to take it now and just sweep everything up. I'm not going to apply any eyeshadow above this. No eyeshadow up here. Just sweeping this up and out. Again, the key is just very soft. Now this is an option if you'd like. You can take your brownish shimmer color and you can sweep a little bit under the eye if you want with a firm brush, just a tiny bit. If you feel like you need a little something on the lower lid, but again, no pencils and no mascara. you can swoop just a little bit of a shadow down there. And that helps to make the eyes a little bit bigger if you feel you need that. Okay, that is the extent of the eyeshadow. At this point, if you don't have lash extensions, all you would do is take a liner. You could take a brown one or a black one, and you would just top line your lash. So you would run it right under here, underneath the lash line. That's it. And I'm just sort of mimicking what that looks like. You would top line here and under here. So it's a combination of the waterline and right into the lash line. And then take your mascara and do your top lashes to get some nice long black lashes. And if you're, you know, out and about, if you need waterproof mascara for the summer, whatever you feel you need for these months to make everything stay. So that's it. That's going to complete my eye look. From here, I'm going to now apply some concealer, and I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape. Just a few little dots, because really all I'm trying to do is just tend to any discoloration and bring the concealer tone closer to this foundation tone that I have. So it's a little bit more of a universal shade, and you don't see raccoon eyes. And just sweep that out to the side. And you see how that brought everything together? So now my under eye area is right around the same tone as my foundation. And that also adds to a more natural look, because when we are out in the sun, unless of course, you know, we're wearing sunglasses, we tend to get sun everywhere. And so I'm not really going so much for a highlighted, contoured, even though we're going to get in with some bronzers in just a little bit. But at this point, I'm just going for uniformity. I'm going for warmth in the skin tone, and I'm just deepening things a little bit because I'm trying to pull it in with my chest and the rest of my body that's got a little bit more color. Okay, so the eye makeup is done. As you can tell, it was a very, very simple application. Now this next step is totally up to you, and it just depends on how much of a powdery finish you want on your face. I mean, you may choose just to leave it with the foundation. You may like this creamy, dewy look, and that's great. And if you feel like you get really shiny over time, you can always hit it with your powder. I've got the Laura Mercier loose setting powder in translucent, but instead of applying it with a puff, I would just take a very large brush and maybe just kind of hit the areas that tend to shine the most. And that's it. And still leave some of that moisture look in my foundation and just cut the shine a little. That's my personal preference. I just prefer a light dusting of powder as opposed to a full setting of powder. All right, so next up, we're getting into some really important stuff here, because we are now using bronzer to kiss our face where the sun would do it, and a little bit of a highlighter as well, and some blush. So this is Colorscience, their Santa Fe bronzer. Looks like so. Like so. I've got a nice bronzing brush here. It's a flat, firm brush. I'm going to take my bronzer, and I featured this in a video previously. Your sun will hit you here, 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 here. And so it's easy to make a 3 on the face to be able to kind of mimic what the sun is doing to you. And it creates such a pretty, natural glow. So we're not really doing so much contouring and highlighting. We're just trying to mimic where the sun is going to warm up our faces. And a little bit on the tip of the nose, and a little bit on the chin. So that instantly brings some warmth to the face. From here, I would take a little bit of a blush, and I like the, it's a velvet blush by Ulta called Princess. And it has just a tiny, tiny bit of a shimmer in it, tiny, tiny, tiny. But again, you're just now slightly warming up your cheek area. And this color pulls into the shade that we have on our eyelid. Very, very, very subtle. Again, it just looks like the sun got you. Lips are easy and fun. And I have this pencil by NYX. It's the Wonder Pencil. And what's really cool about this, and I don't know if you've seen this technique before, but I just have some moisturizer on my lips. I'm gonna take it off. But what you do is, if you really want your upper lip to stand out in some nice definition, you take it, this is like a white beigey pencil, and you run it just above your upper lip line. So again, it's not going on the lip line, it's just above it. But it really makes that upper lip kind of, it's like a little extra pout and a pop. Now you can also take this, by the way, if you want to do any kind of highlighting under your brow, this works there as well. So it's just a great, great highlight pencil. You can just take it and smudge and get a little bit of a pop. So now, lipstick. I have two favorites that I'm wearing all the time, and one is Marc Jacobs in the Mood. It's a very creamy, sheer, peachy. Look at this. Do I need to go shopping? This is pathetic. But yes, at least you know I love this lipstick. So I'm not doing any lip liner aside from that upper border that I just did. And I'm just gonna tap this in. This is gonna be my bottom layer. I am definitely a big fan of layering lipsticks to create exactly what I want. So I can wear this as a standalone, because it's a nice peachy nude. But as you know, my other favorite lipstick is this baby by Lipstick Queen called Nude Metal. And so this has a little bit more of a gold shimmer to it. So I oftentimes will take this color and I will put it on top of a lot of different shades. If you want to lighten a shade, if you want to bring in a little bit of a shimmer and a pout in the middle, this is a wonderful addition, either as a standalone or as an add-on. So I'm going to do that on top as a nice gold shimmer. And then there is a highlight also that you can add as a finishing touch. This one is What's Up. I think it's by Benefit. It was a little sample that I got in a kit. It is. But there are so many little highlighters, and this one has a pretty kind of gold kick to it. And so take your finger, and the finishing touch is you can run your highlighter in areas that you want to lift. The cheek area. And this also can really bring out cheekbones. Remember, light pops, brings out, dark recedes. So whatever you want to bring out, you can bring out. So you can run this here on your cheek. You can run this here under your brow bone. This is just such a great little finishing product. Run it here on the tip of your nose, here above your lip, and here on the tip of your chin. It creates illumination and shine, and you look like you've been out in the sun all day. And so this is such an easy, fun trend. And also, if you like a little bit more of a glossy lip, and that's up to you, you can add kind of a peachy gold gloss for extra conditioning and moisture. Again, totally personal preference, but it's whatever looks good and feels good, and you can dial things up, you can dial them down, depending on what your needs are, your style, your look, what you're trying to achieve. But I tell you what, when I'm on vacation, this is my go-to look. This is just something that I love to wear with white, with color. I think it warms up the skin. There's nothing like a glow. You know, there's just nothing like glowing. And when it starts from the inside, and when you're feeling good, you have an automatic glow, and then you enhance that from the outside, especially playing up these wonderful summer trends with the golds, the peaches, the shimmers. I just think it's a beautiful accompaniment with what's going on, what we're trying to create here on the inside, and to let it shine on the outside. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope maybe it's given you some food for thought, some different ways to think about what you have. Again, I don't want you running out and buying a million different products, because as you can see from a lot of the makeup tutorials I do, I reuse the same things over and over, but just in different ways, to try to capture different looks, to enjoy some trends, but also to keep it within a realm of what works. And there's nothing wrong with playing. And you know what? you could play around and try something, and what's the worst thing that can happen? I've always said this. The worst thing is it doesn't look good, or it's not your favorite. And so you find a way to modify it. But what's important is that we try and we experiment, because we give ourselves a chance to see ourselves differently. And I'm all for getting outside that box, outside that comfort zone, and playing around and being a little bit experimental, because I think we give ourselves an opportunity to rediscover ourselves in unique ways, to see ourselves differently, to project ourselves differently, and it can create new feelings on the inside. So go ahead, try, experiment, see how it works. Let me know if this is a look that works for you. But like I said, I love this. When I go on vacation, this is it. And there's also another makeup trend as well, with a red lip and a more pared down face. And so I think I'll do that for you next, because that's another beautiful summer trend as well. And every time you've seen me on Instagram or social media where I've had a red lip, that's the look that I'm doing. So that will be, I think, a part 2 of the summer makeup trend. Bronze Goddess #1, red lip #2, and I've got all kinds of things planned to fill out the summer months. And my goodness, summer is flying by like that. I hope you're having a great time. You're making the most of it. You're enjoying your family. You're feeling good. You're taking care of yourself. Let me know what else you need from me, and I will provide. Go out, shine a little bit, be bold and be blessed, and I'll see you next week at 1. On Thursday, it's our time together. Bye.